Looking at this Patriots team, 8 straight wins, atop the AFC at 9-2. If I asked you who was the MVP of this team, of course you'd say Drake Maye, right? He's probably the MVP of the league. But if I put in the caveat that you can't pick Drake Maye, who is the most important player on this team, I think you'd get a lot of different answers. But for me, there is one guy who stands out above the rest. The most important player on this Patriots team outside of Drake Maye has to be Stefon Diggs. He has elevated this entire team all season long. And what were we begging for years, man? Like, get your quarterback a number one guy. And I say for years, not just for Drake Maye. We were saying it at the end of Brady. And then we said it for Mac Jones. And now we're saying it for Drake Maye going into the season. We look around the league and we say, you've got to have a number one receiver. Every good quarterback has a number one receiver. You know, even if it's a tight end in the case of Kansas City, right? But you look around the league and everyone's got that number one guy. Everyone's got that guy that on third down can get open in a phone booth. And that's Stefon Diggs for this team. And I think he makes everybody else better. Not the least of which being his quarterback. I don't think Drake Maye is playing at an MVP level if Kayshon Boutte is his number one receiver. Diggs deserves a huge pat on the back for what the Patriots are building right now. And I hope he gets to be a part of it. I really do. I really hope he gets the payoff, the fruits of his labor here. But last night, 9 catches for 105 yards. He might have been the best player on the field once again outside of the quarterback. And when there are big games, big plays to be had, there is Stefon Diggs at his very best. You know, we look at the first primetime game this year, first real primetime game the Patriots have played in years. I'm not counting Thursday night football games because we know those are a joke. But it was that game against Buffalo. And it's Stefon Diggs' revenge game. He goes back up there. Remember, he had been fairly quiet to that point in the season. In fact, I was thinking, when are they going to go to him more? And in that Buffalo game, still the biggest win of the season, he goes 10 catches for 146 yards. It's the best game a Patriots receiver had in years. It's the best game Stefon Diggs had since 2022. Since he was playing in Buffalo. He's played for 2 other teams since then. He was unstoppable in that game, in the best team that the Patriots have played all season. And then their next big game wasn't until last Sunday against Tampa. Remember that? Remember when the Patriots ran the clock down right before halftime? And it was 4th and 1 from the 2, and you kind of needed to score? Who did they go to? Stefon Diggs, man. Ran a curl back of the end zone. Makes a great play, toe tap, just go throw it up there. Stefon will go up and get it. When you have had big games, when you have had big plays, Stefon Diggs is the guy you've gone to. He has been so crucial for this team. And lest we forget, this was a bit of a risk to sign him. I know a lot of people loved it because they knew Stefon Diggs' name. They knew what Stefon Diggs used to be. And we see how he's played this year, and everyone's thinking back like, well, of course. What a great signing that was. But he was not their first choice, and it was a risk. Remember, they offered $30 million to Chris Godwin. They desperately wanted Chris Godwin to come. He said no. He said, I'd rather stay in Tampa. They give me a better chance to win. Stefon Diggs did not have that robust a market. You basically signed him to a 1-year deal. He's on the wrong side of 30, and he's coming off an ACL injury. And he's more or less burned bridges at his other stop. So this was a bit of a risk signing. It didn't feel like it because the Patriots really needed a receiver. But remember, they were so wary. Remember, they couldn't get T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk because they didn't want a demanding wide receiver. Stefon Diggs certainly was that in Minnesota, in Buffalo, in Houston. But here he is. Doesn't feel like a risk at all, does it? He's not just the best player at his position on the team. He's crushing everyone statistically. Crushing them. 59 catches, leads the team. 25 more than anyone else. 72 targets, most on the team. 20 more than anyone else. 659 yards, most on the team. 230 more than anyone else on the team. And here's why he's so important. After Stefon Diggs, what do you really have? Kayshon Boutte, Pop Douglas, nice players, having nice years, for sure. But you think that might have a little to do with Stefon Diggs and his dominance? Do you think you're 9-2 if Kayshon Boutte or Pop Douglas is your number one receiver? Like, come on, man. I don't think so. Everyone gets better when he's out there. And so far, he has set a standard. And that's shocking because remember Memorial Day weekend? Remember the pink cocaine thing? I thought this was going to go off the rails quickly. Instead, it has been just the opposite. He's been one of the leaders on this team. He has worked his way back from an ACL to be playing week 1. He has spread nothing but praise and positivity about his teammates, his coaching staff, to the media. He has been a team guy that has gotten everyone else better. And I think he has realized not only can I be a leader on this team and change my reputation a bit, because, all these guys feel like it's a bit unfair, a bit harsh, sure. But he can contribute to winning here. It didn't look like it was going to be that way when he signed on, or at least be that way this quickly, but he can be a part of something real special here. And I think he's realizing that. I think this is a veteran that's owning the moment. So yeah, Drake Maye is the MVP of this team. But next to him, it's tough to not say Stefon Diggs is the most important player on this team with what he has done on and off the field for this Patriots squad this year. Let me know what you think. Who would be your pick? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you surprised by Stefon Diggs' big year? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We come at you live on YouTube every weekday, noon Eastern time, and then we're available wherever you get your podcasts as well. It is your lunchtime alternative to Boston Sports Talk Radio, The Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart.